everybody out there, you're watching Kevin and Frank from Cruising with Wheels.
And welcome to another Q&A.
That's right. Today's another Q&A for you. You ask the questions and we have the answers. First of all, I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers to our channel.
That's
we want to say welcome back to you faithful subscribers.
I know. Now that our NCL Encore vlogs are over with, we're back to a regular filming schedule. And here we are starting off with a Q&A.
That's right. So I want to first start out by asking you, if you haven't already subscribed, to hit that subscribe button, and right next to it is a little bell. If you click on that little bell, you will get notifications of every time we have new content available, and that actually also includes our community section of our YouTube page.
Yeah, when you post things.
Right.
Yeah.
But we also want to remind anybody that's new here that we're on different social media platforms. Frank is going to tell you where we are.
I know. We are on Facebook. We have a Cruising with Wheels page. We have a private group called Cruise Chat. Click to join on that. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.
So let's jump right into the questions today. Now, these all came via all the social medias that we all talked about previously, but they also came via email. So if you want to email us your questions, or maybe you have an idea for one of a video that we can do for you, just email us. Where do they got to email us?
Go ahead and email us at cruisingwithwheels@rochester.rr.com.
Now, I want everybody to watch all of our social media platforms, because in the coming months we're going to announce a new email address.
Oh, yes.
So just keep that in mind. But until then, we will still be using our @rochester.rr.com address. So the first question comes to us, and it is, will I be able to go on my cruise in October?
Yeah, a lot of the questions rolling in, as you can well expect, are about coronavirus.
Right. Now,
about
if you're
cruising.
watching this at a later date, keep in mind that down in the bottom it'll tell you what the date of this video is. So the date of this video is it's our regular Thursday video in the what are we in? The third week of April 2020.
Right. So if you're watching this,
watching this 2 years from now,
and saying, "What are they talking about coronavirus? Is there something I should know?" Look at the date. Always look at the date of any video you watch on YouTube of any channel you select.
So anyways, the question was, I'll repeat the question again. Will I be able to go on my cruise in October? And you started to answer and I interrupted, so go ahead.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
I had an answer?
You started to. You started to say about, many of you are worried about coronavirus.
Well, again, most of the questions that came in for today's Q&A were about coronavirus, and the biggest one...
Or COVID-19.
Asking, well, I have a cruise schedule for September, I have a cruise schedule for October, I have a cruise schedule... will I be able to know? And go, that is. And, of course, you're all on Facebook or whatever asking these questions. And all I can say is only the cruise line is going to be able to tell you whether you're going or not.
It's a little too early to tell whether or not cruise lines will begin cruising again in September, October, November. We're really not sure.
Right.
We have to see what the progression of this pandemic is going to take a toll on the whole entire world. Because it might not just depend on where you are. It might depend on where you're going. Or where you're going from.
Right.
So
containment, recovery, there's a lot of factors involved. And then specifically because, the explosion of this kind of happened on the cruise ships.
Right.
Kind of two areas, which are cruise ships and nursing homes, which are closed, confined spaces. So keep checking with your cruise line, check their websites.
And I encourage you all to go to their social media
Yes.
accounts. So when I say that, if you're sailing on Norwegian, go to Norwegian's Facebook page or Twitter account. The reason I say that is the social media accounts are updated maybe hourly. As soon as the information comes out, they update their social media accounts. It could take 24 hours before that information hits their websites. So that's why I encourage you to do that. But let's get to the next question.
Well, the next one is question number 2. Where are all the great cruise deals now? Shouldn't the cruises be begging us to come back and offering us great deals and practically giving it away?
I think I think you're not going to see great cruise deals. I think you're going to see deals, but you're not going to see things as far as price dropping down, bare bones price. You're not going to get a $50 cruise just because there's a pandemic right now. And the reason behind that is you've got a ship that might sail with 5,000 people that is now only sailing with 2,500.
Right, because the cruise lines are looking at sailing with less than what they normally sail with to reduce the amount of passengers, to, quote, increase the quality of your experience as they are reporting.
Right.
And
I think the other aspect of that whole idea of you're not going to get a deal is it's supply and demand. You have now been away from cruising, and cruising has been shut down for, however long it's going to be shut down for.
Right.
And when they start opening up cruises again, those diehard cruisers like us are just going to jump on and go. It's, so you're not going to see the deals.
Right. And I think a lot of cruisers are basically looking at that the year 2020 in terms of cruising is kind of just gone.
Right.
And reports out of the cruise industry is that the bookings for 2021 are just shooting.
Right. And I think that has to do with, people really haven't been able to cruise this year, and they want to get on the books for next year, and they're thinking that, gee, like you said, 2020 shot. And I also think that you kind of all have to rethink what your deal is, what your deals are. People think that it's all about that price that's on that cruise.
Right.
And we say you have to take the whole cruise into account. When we say that is, are you getting free specialty dinners? Are you getting free drinks package? Are you getting gratuities? What we're noticing is that instead of them lowering the price, they're not nickel and diming you. So the deal would be that you're getting your free gratuities, you're getting your free drinks, you're getting your free Wi-Fi, you're getting, all the things.
Right. So you're still paying here, but they're offering you a lot of free perks.
So remember, if you're looking at it and you're getting all those free perks, add another $1,000, $1,200 to that cruise fare. So you are getting a deal.
Yeah, if you were to do it all separately, do the math.
Right. So the next question comes to us, and it says, will cruising be only for those that had the virus and survived? And I actually thought that this was a hysterical question. I thought Frank was kidding with me.
No,
and then
it's
he
a
was like,
legitimate question.
it's a legitimate question.
Yeah, a legitimate question on Facebook. Somebody wants to know. In other words, if you had the virus and you have the antibodies and you survived, and the thought is that once you have it, or had it, you'll be okay and not get it again. But even that is up for debate within the scientific community.
Right. And I feel like, we don't have answers to some of these things.
At this point, common sense would dictate, how does one,
they're not going to blood test you.
They're not going to blood test everybody. Millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people have self-quarantined, did not get the virus. And so, but basically what you're saying, so the cruise line is not going to allow those people who never got it onto a cruise ship?
But I can answer the second part, okay? So when we can't really answer you how they're going to handle it for the people that had the virus. But I can guarantee you that only the people that survived are going to be on that ship, right? Because they're not going to take post-mortem people.
Oh, that's just silly.
I think that's why I laugh so much, because they, you know what I mean?
No, but people have, and we always say, no question is too,
No question's too stupid. It
or
just
silly. Yeah,
It just
a question
made
is a
me
question.
laugh.
People kind of want to know, and but
And
yeah.
a lot of questions can be answered with common sense.
Yeah, right. And common sense on this one dictates that anybody who wants to book a cruise, there's no way that because you got to figure how many cruise ships are sailing in the world, and they're sailing every week of the year. That's millions and millions of people. How is anyone going to be tested to be able to get on? It's just not realistic to happen.
Okay, why don't we get to this question next?
All right. Why should I not pay my cruise in full before my final payment date?
Oh, that's a good question. It's an excellent question.
Like, I got the money,
We've had it many times.
and I don't like bills. So I'm just going to pay it off. Done. I booked it, and I know I got like 8 months or a year, but yeah, I don't like bills, so I'm going to pay it off. Why should I not do that?
So I am going to answer this question. Try to be succinct with it, okay? Because there are two factions in society: people that can budget their money and know that they have to save this amount, and people that are saying, "Don't even point to me, I'll smack you." And then people that don't budget their money and don't say, "I need to set aside this amount every month to be able to pay it."
You mean yeah, I know it's coming due, but yeah, I'll worry about that later.
I'll worry about that later.
Yeah, well, later comes quickly.
So, if you are one of the people that aren't good with your money, that are really concerned about, I'm not going to have this money to pay this off, then by all means, when you got it, start making your payments and pay it off.
Right.
We do that in a way. We do multiple payments on it, but we never ever pay it off in full.
Right.
Until a day or two before the final payment date.
Right.
And the reasoning behind that, so now I'm going to speak to both factions, okay, is if you pay for it in full, let's say we find a cruise right now for next year, and we're like, we have the money, we're going to take that stimulus check, and we're going to go boom,
$4,000, pay it off,
okay,
give it to the cruise line.
The cruise line now has your money.
Yeah.
For all that time, right?
For like a year or whatever, maybe, that before you leave.
So let's say we did that before COVID.
Right.
And we end up canceling our cruise. I know that it took, just to get our deposit money back from our June cruise, we only paid the deposit in one payment.
Right.
Which was a hefty payment. I mean, I paid off half of it. Yeah. But it took over almost 2 months to get that money back. And we didn't have that money to play with.
Again,
during
the world was shut down, nobody's working, everybody's at home, no money's coming in.
So you can't necessarily do this just because of a pandemic might happen. But our whole point behind it is it's always easier to get the least amount of money back from the cruise line if you have to cancel. It's all about mitigating damages, I guess, in a way, or mitigating what you're going to have to fight for.
Right. I mean, I'd rather be fighting for,
$500
than fighting for $4,000.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, why give them your money way ahead of time when you, God forbid, might need it down the line?
Right. Now, we wanted to speak a little bit about some of the cruise lines that are offering payment plans.
Right.
Which is fine if that's what you select. But I want you all to think about that, okay? I want you all to think about the payment plans. You can do a payment plan of your own instead of doing it through the cruise line. And the reason why I think it's a horrible idea, in my opinion, is number one, you have to set automatic withdrawals. I don't like people taking things automatically out of my account. Number two, Again, if you're going to cancel, right? If something happens and you're going to cancel and you want to get all your money back, now you got to fight for all that money that you paid.
How many times have you canceled a thing that you had on automatic withdrawal out of your account, and you canceled it, and they're still taking the money?
Exactly.
Like a month or two after.
Number 3, I really think that if you all just plan,
Right.
right?
I mean,
you can say, I got $100. I'm going to put $100. I'm going to put $100. I'm going to put $100.
How easy is it to say, you know what? I booked the cruise. I put the deposit down. This is my balance. I have so many months to my final payment. Divide those months into how much your balance is. This is how much I need a month. Set it aside. Put it in an envelope. Put it in your bra. Put it somewhere. But, geez, don't give it all to the cruise line up front.
And I just think that this is a clever way. It's a clever business way for the cruise line to always be getting money
coming in. Oh, absolutely.
Which is great. I mean,
business.
For me, our personal finances are considered a business too.
Right.
And I know that the cruise line wouldn't be putting money out every month.
Look how long it takes them to refund the money, because they want to hold on to that in their account, earning interest as long as they can.
So let's get to the next question. Well, that's kind of a question for me too. And all right, go ahead. What's that question?
What about my
What about my FCC? That's your note. You made these notes now, did you not?
Oh, yeah.
What about my FCC, which stands for Future Cruise Credit?
And what about my refund? Because a lot of people are going online on Facebook and going, how do I get my will I get my future cruise credit back that I used? How do I get my refund? People on Facebook are not your travel agent. They are not the cruise line. They're not going to be able to give you specific, definitive information.
Right.
Now, maybe it's happened to them, and they can kind of...
It's good that they talk about it.
Because communicating is wonderful, which is, again, why we have Cruise Chat on Facebook, a great interaction. But again, they're on NCL, you're on Royal Caribbean, she's on Princess, everybody's different.
So this is what I have to say about this question. Anybody that booked their cruises that had to cancel, and this goes for any time, right?
Right.
Regardless of COVID-19 or during normal, life, you're going to get your future cruise credit back. Yeah. However, all future cruise credits have an expiration date, and every cruise line has different policies that go along with that. So in other words, some cruise lines allow you to book, we're going to give an example, NCL. NCL, your future cruise credit is good for 4 years from the date of purchase, okay? And that means that it's good for 4 years for booking your cruise. So in other words, if we used a future cruise credit to book a cruise today and it was expiring today, if we cancel our cruise down the line, let's say we cancel in 6 months, the future cruise credit's gone. It has to be used. You have to book the cruise and use it within the 4 years. Now, I'm saying if you've booked the cruise on the last day of the 4 years and you go on the cruise, it's fine. But if you were to cancel, it's another story.
Now, am I correct in reading that during this entire pandemic, some of the cruise lines have extended the length
cancellation policies and refunds
in terms of if the cruise credit was only good for 4 years, they've extended that. No one has extended.
I'm not going to say either way, but I have not seen that. So you posed the question to me.
Let us know, because
comment below. I haven't seen anything.
I thought I read somewhere that they were extending that because they're worried about people using them, and we kind of lost a whole year here.
I haven't heard anything from any of the cruise lines or seen anything.
We're going to investigate.
And as far as your refund, the answer would be it all depends on when your cruise was booked, whether you're getting 100% refund or whether you're getting fall into a category. Now, and it also depends on when this all happened as far as cruises starting to be canceled.
Right.
Because if we had not canceled our cruise the day that we canceled it for June, we would have started losing money.
Right.
Okay? And then a couple of weeks later, it came out that we're not, everybody was adjusting their cancellations, but just for this period, right? So, again, the answer is call your cruise line.
Right.
Ask your travel agent if you didn't book directly through the cruise line. And what I would say is patience.
Right.
Patience, patience. I have been getting a number of emails from people saying, so-and-so hasn't gotten back to me.
Right.
I am tired of waiting. It's been a week. Sorry you have to wait, but there are hundreds of thousands of people canceling.
Right, and a lot of these travel agencies have cut back on staff.
Right.
So now there's limited amount of people working on the problem.
And I'll only speak to the agency that we use. But
Right.
the agency that we use has furloughed 400 travel agents. They furloughed half of their accounting department. They furloughed half of their executive department.
Right.
So it's like
We went to check on an issue, and Donna said, "Oh, that department's closed."
right. So
Okay.
you just need to be patient
Right.
during this time. It is what it is. I would say 75% of you are just at home anyways.
Right.
So what do you got to be worried about? And
Where are you going right now?
I think it's people have nothing to do right now.
Well, yeah.
And they're just
Trying to
thinking
occupy.
and occupying their
Yeah,
mind.
I know.
Right. So our next question is, I'm so upset my cruise was canceled. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, when we were upset, we canceled our own cruise. But, people were holding out to the last minute. What to do? You're home. You're in self-quarantine. You're not working. Or maybe you are working because you're one of the great essential workers who are out there. But you come home and you're like, oh, crap. I don't have a cruise to look forward to. There's a few things we can do.
Right. Now, I took this question very differently than you did because I'm reading the answers that you came up with.
I did.
Yes. You came up, you took this question as, my cruise is canceled. Now what am I supposed to do with my time? I took this question as, I'm so upset my cruise is canceled. Now what do I do with my booking? How do I handle it being canceled? What do I need to do? What are the steps I need to do? Isn't
Wow.
it funny how we both take
I
things
know.
differently? So how about I answer how I
Okay.
took the question
Okay.
and you take.
Okay.
So when I read this question about being upset that the cruise was canceled and now what was I supposed to do? I was thinking of me sitting in front of my computer and going to look up the cruise to price match or whatever and finding out that it was canceled and going, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? Well, the first thing that I would do is I would immediately reach out to my travel agent and find out what the refund policy and turnaround time for the refund policy is. Secondly, I would be monitoring the credit card that you used or debit card that you used to make sure that money isn't continually being taken out for the payments and that you are getting your full refund. Because we've been in that situation
Right.
recently where we did not get our full refund, and so.
That happened.
And I would say, thirdly, is I would be coming up with a plan for my next cruise,
Right.
and not spending all that refund that you got so that you can spend it on your next
Right.
cruise,
Right.
right? So that's how I kind of took it. Now, how did you take
I
it?
took it as my cruise got canceled. I am not cruising this year. I'm upset and disappointed. I was looking so forward to it, and now I have the cruise blues. What do I do? Well, there's a lot to do. You can watch cruising YouTube channels like
Oh, like us.
Cruising with Wheels, or a whole list of all the great cruise YouTube creators out there. So go ahead and go on YouTube, binge watch all your favorite creators. And as Kevin started to say, start researching and planning the next cruise for, let's say, 2021 or 22 or whatever. That'll kind of get you in the cruise mood. How about, again, if you're home like we are, self-quarantined, start FaceTiming or Zooming your family and friends.
And I think a lot of people have been doing that.
Yeah, so connect with other people, whether it's doing that or via phone or whatever.
Maybe you find a cruise buddy in
Yeah,
cruise
right.
chat.
I know.
And you
Decided to Zoom.
FaceTime or
yeah.
Zoom, or you know, you can even FaceTime is a generic term for I don't know what my phone is. FaceTime's generic term for Apple, but you can do the same thing through Facebook.
Right. Now,
And it's free.
I know. Now, tomorrow, we are going to be doing that with Chris and Jen.
Yep. We're going to be doing that with
Chris and Jen are our cruising buddies living out in Arizona. And tomorrow, we're going to be doing exactly that on the computer through Facebook and kind of reconnecting with them. We missed them terribly. You can watch our live streams.
Right.
And in real time live talk to us. You can also marathon the Love Boat.
And I'm going to expand on that. You can watch movies, too, that are cruise related, like Titanic.
Oh, God. Poseidon Adventure.
Poseidon
I don't know about
Adventure.
that.
But also there's a boat trip.
Okay.
There's, is that the one with
How about
Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Oh, it could be. Oh, wait, how about your favorite movie with what's her name? Overboard.
Oh, yeah, Overboard. I love that movie.
She's rich, nasty, and falls overboard and gets amnesia. What's her name?
I can't remember her
Yeah,
name. The blonde.
Right.
She's also in First Wives Club.
Yes.
Hello,
Yeah,
Joe.
right. It's funny.
Love her.
Discover a hobby. I mean, if you've got time to spare, pick a hobby, whether it's an inside hobby, an outside hobby, gardening. Kevin has started mowing the lawn because the weather has turned. The grass needs to be mowed.
It's a hobby I do not wish to
Al,
pursue. Once this is all over.
The man that comes and does our lawn for us, and frankly, we can't afford to pay Al.
I did do a beautiful job. But it's very, very time consuming.
He fixed the lawnmower we had because, again, he hasn't mowed the lawn himself in a long time because Al's been doing it. So he fixed it, and so now, yeah. So whatever. Start to learn a new language.
Parlo italiano.
There you go. So there's quite a few things you can do to keep yourself...
Parlez-vous français?
Yeah, keep yourself busy.
Oui, oui.
Ooh la la.
Jacuzzi.
So anyways, yeah. So be creative at home and keep yourself busy. We'll all get back to cruising soon.
Another question we received via email is, where is we? Where is we, yo? Is there a way to tell how full a cruise is and how many people booked it? No, there isn't.
Not unless you work for that cruise line.
Right,
and you have access to the bookings.
I mean, you'll know how booked it is if it disappears, right? And it says sold out.
Right. There's your
answer.
First clue.
But really, there's no way of finding that out because they are actually, usually what's happening is they are selling right up to the day of.
Right.
I mean, I know people that live within walking distance or a short drive from a port,
right.
And they have a suitcase packed all the time, and they might just drive over to that port and go, got anything available, and get on Silo.
Yeah, he does that all the time.
You did that on our Alaskan cruise.
I know.
Loved it. Nice surprise. So anyways, if anybody knows of some secret website or some secret way to know this, let us know in the comments section. And the final question is to buy stocks.
Oh, we have a few more after this one.
Oh, we do?
Yes. Yep.
I thought we were missing a question. Yeah.
This is where you say, turn the page.
Well, let's do this here
Okay.
first. Actually, quite a few people have sent us some questions about this. And it basically is, I love your t-shirts. Where can I buy Cruising with Wheels merchandise?
I felt orange today. So we're in orange.
So it's really simple. If you're watching us on your phone or through the computer, there is a thing called a Teespring shelf, and it's right below the video. And it has some of our merchandise available on the shelf. If you click on any one of those, it'll take you directly to that specific item. And then if you just click on the name, Cruising with Wheels, within that item description, it takes you to our storefront. Or there is a link in the description below that'll take you right to our storefront. It'll show you all our merchandise available.
Right.
And we want to remind everybody that just because the shirts that we're wearing are orange doesn't mean that that's the only color they are available in. Also, Teespring only pictures one color shirt. They only feature one color when you go to that storefront. So don't be shy. Click on that. Click on that item, and you'll see all the different colors that are available and the different sizes.
We're getting a lot of that, which is, oh, I see the V-neck T-shirt in red featured.
But I don't wear red.
I don't like red. I have a lot of red. How come it doesn't come in any other colors? It does. Just click on that V-neck, and you're going to see all the colors that it comes in.
I have been working tirelessly at coming up with some new merchandise, too. They're waiting on my computer right now to be made up. So in the coming months, weeks probably, because we just have to wait for Teespring to approve our designs.
Right.
And then I will release them. So keep checking often.
Okay.
The next question that comes to us is to buy stock or not to buy stock? Future rewards to come or future bankruptcy?
Oh, God, let's hope not. I know people are so concerned. And a lot of people are being like, oh, did you see NCL stock? Did you see Royal Caribbean stock? Did you see, oh, I'm going to buy. Are you going to buy? Oh, I'm going to get that onboard credit. Oh, I'm going to, stock, buy stock. Buy low, sell high. Well, that's how it works. But
I personally think that a lot of people are getting involved in the stock market and buying stocks that don't really know what they're doing just to get this onboard credit. And I think it's stupid.
Is that your opinion?
I mean, I know that sounds salty, but everybody that normally watches us know I'm a little salty. I just think it's dumb. The reason I think it's dumb is because you are, and you know, people have argued the fact with me, so I get that.
Well, is this your way of saying, like Judge Judy says, keep your hate mail, I'm not going to read it?
Right. So basically, I posted on a few things. People were asking this question, and I posted that I don't think it's a good idea. It's not a sound investment. If you're investing, right, and you bought it at $10, that's fine. If, you know, and you needed 100 shares, right? So 100 shares at $10 was $1,000, right? Mm-hmm. And you're gonna get, and let's say you're an average cruiser. So average cruisers go once a year, possibly twice. So to recoup your initial investment and start making money on it, to make it
of that $1,000 you laid out,
of that initial $1,000 you laid out, right? You'd have to go on 10 cruises because it's $100 onboard credit.
Right.
And I just feel like it takes far too long to recoup the investment.
10 cruises times what, a $3,000 to $4,000 cruise bill?
Right. So you're not adding in the fact, but most people's argument with me back was, well, we're going to cruise anyways.
Right.
And that's great.
Yeah.
But have you ever invested in stocks before? That is my question. Mm-hmm. And how are people doing this? How are they buying these stocks? If we were to take 1,000, this is what I would say to people when they're doing this, when they're buying these stocks. This is my sound financial advice. And I know you're like, oh my God, here we go. Do not don't buy these stocks to make money, because you don't know what's going to happen with the cruise lines, right? And I would say, for your onboard, if you're going to buy these, don't take $1,000 out of your pocket or whatever it's going to cost you to buy those 100 shares.
Right.
Don't take that out of your pocket and buy it. I would say go into your 401k or Roth IRA or regular IRA, so whatever retirement account that you're working within, and purchase your 100 shares through that. Because it is such a small amount, it shouldn't affect your retirement, your end game with retirement. And then it's not coming directly out of your pocket. You're already investing in your retirement or whatever. And then you can get your sacred $100 onboard credit. Now, somebody had mentioned to me in one of these rooms or wherever I was that they bought it at $11, and last year it was at $25, and I'm going to make all this money, and and I go on 4 cruises a year anyways, and Anyways, when we delved into all of this,
and then Kevin was like, well, let's do the math on that.
Well, I say that's great and wonderful. You go on 4 cruises a year. How many day cruises are you going on? And they were like, they do 3 to 5 day cruises 4 times a year. Well, then you're not getting $100 every time you're going on board, buddy, because they base that $100 on a 7-day cruise.
There you go.
So you're getting 25 or 50 bucks. So it's still going to take you as long. I mean,
Right.
And so I just think it's a horrible investment. This shouldn't be your investment strategy.
Okay.
But God love you. If you got the extra
sure.
money and you
Yeah.
want to do it, then go for it.
Yeah. And of course, I'm like, wow, you got 1,000 or whatever to buy stock. God bless you.
God bless you.
People are wishing they had money just for food.
And I'm going to expound on that question because we've also gotten. There's that freaking word again. We've also, maybe I should do a t-shirt, gotten. We also have received questions about, have we purchased the stocks? And I think that, so that we can get the onboard credit. And I think my answer kind of should answer that for you. But no, we have not. I mean, I don't think it's a wise investment. We only invest in things for long term, and I don't know. I think now's a good time to buy stocks in cruise lines if you so desire.
Right.
But
if you're looking for the big score,
you're not going to make a big score off of it, in my opinion. And I think that it's going to take a long time for cruise lines to come back after this.
Right.
And so you're not going to see a raise in prices for the stock cost.
Again, if you got money laying around and you don't know what to do with it, and you're like, oh my God, the stock went down to $7 or $6 or whatever it was, $9, and you're like, then go buy it.
Then go buy it.
You have to go buy it. But other than that, meh.
So what's the last question?
Final question of the day. Are you going to do another group cruise? I missed out on the first one. How do I sign up?
Well, actually, once we're done filming this, I have a conference call with our group cruise coordinator. We are picking our cruise this week. We have made a decision, right?
Oh my God.
We're going to pick the cruise
I'm shaking.
and we're going to announce it. And how you sign up is very simple. You can't sign up until we announce it.
Right.
And you can, though, email us. Where they
again at cruisingwithwheels@rochester.rr.com.
And simply do the regarding group cruise.
Right.
And we will put you on the email list. We have made a promise to the people that have were on our group cruise last year or this year. This year.
January.
That we would give them first shot as a Cruising with Wheels VIP, so to speak. And then so they get the first week to book what they want. And then after that, we're going to announce it for everyone else. Space will be limited. And we're going to try to make the best deal we can.
The best we can.
So we hope that we've answered all of your questions. You can use that same email address to email us your questions. Like we said in the beginning of this video, you can send us messages on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, which one of these questions came from Snapchat, and Twitter.
Right.
Did I say Twitter?
Yeah.
Twitter.
Say it now.
Tweet. But until next time, we want to remind everybody out there in YouTube land to
always travel safe
and cruise often.